Tonight's headlines are brought to you by McDonald's and Mariana's Coffee.
Hafa Tirwami, and good evening, Commonwealth. Thanks for watching the Channel 2 News. I'm Chris Nelson. Let's take a look at tonight's top stories. It's a $1 million question. Star Marianas threatens to terminate air service between the islands. Also tonight, 2 Chinese nationals who were rescued at sea are sent home today by plane. And will a virtual vote decide who is the Democratic Party's nominee for president? In sports, our local women battled the Mongolians and now have Guam in their sights. Stay with us. These stories and more are next.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
I love Mariana's Coffee. Come join me for a cup. I think you would be really happy.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the Quarter Pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Local police say Homeland Security is investigating a human smuggling operation that involved the son of a former lieutenant governor and Chinese nationals. Police said this afternoon that Victor Val Hokog, a former police officer, was the captain of the Villa Marie, and it was filled with Chinese nationals who claimed they were fishing. Yesterday afternoon, DPS Tinian received a report of a distressed vessel south of Goat Island. They launched their rescue boat but couldn't get to them due to bad weather and limited visibility. DPS Saipan launched their impact rescue vessel at 1:30 yesterday, but say they also faced challenges getting to the vessel. The Navy jumped in, sending an HSC-25, which spotted the vessel around 7 p.m. DPS says 2 men were in need of medical attention. They were transported to Anderson Air Force Base. The Triton, seen here, parked just south of Charlie Dock, was doing some work for the Navy on Tinian, and it went in to help. One of the crew today said they tried to tow the Villa Marie, but the line snapped, and it is reportedly out there still floating. The passengers were transferred on board and brought to Charlie Dock at 5 a.m. this morning, where they were turned over to Homeland Security. DPS says there were initially 3 local males aboard, a captain, Hokog, and 2 deckhand assistants. The other occupants were all Chinese nationals. Now, police said 1 male and 11 females, but Triton crew said today there were more males. All are believed to have entered the NMI as tourists under the Parole in Place program, and all believed to be headed for Guam. We are told at least 2 vessels made it to Guam over the weekend, and Guam officials had intercepted at least some of the occupants upon landing. Chinese nationals can currently travel to the CNMI as tourists and seek entrance under the parole program, and CBP officers do have some discretion on how long they are permitted to stay. Officials say some of these tourists are using the program to try and make their way into Guam, where there are construction jobs and also work in the massage and escort industries. The occupants were being interviewed today and processed, and further decisions on any charges will be decided by the U.S. Attorney's Office. A demand for payment is met with a threat to cease flying. On July 11th, the Commonwealth Ports Authority sent Star Marianas a demand for payment of over $1 million of fees, including $573,000 for Saipan, over $280,000 for Rota, and over $400,000 for Tinian. Payment due on August the 10th. Star Marianas has not paid, but they have now sent a notice of intent to terminate air service between the islands to the governor of the NMI and the mayors of Rota and Tinian. Star Marianas says barring any resolution to current fee structures, they will cease service effective October the 15th. Star says that decision is driven by unsustainable airport fees, which they say renders the service economically unviable. In their letter, Star says they are disproportionately burdened by airport costs and that they are subsidizing firefighting fees even though the aircraft they use don't require those services. Star calls the fees both opaque and unpredictable, and they ask for immediate intervention from the CNMI government. We tried to get comment today from the Commonwealth Ports Authority. The chairman of CPA, Joe Zuzu, was off island today, expected to be back on the 29th, and the executive director of CPA, Leo Tadella, is on personal leave until the end of the month. The acting board chair is Antonio Cabrera. Star currently offers service to Tinian, priced at between $150 and $170 for the round-trip flight from Saipan. Flights from Saipan to Rota and back are priced at between $330 to $350. According to company info, the company's fleet includes 13 aircraft, 8 single-engine Piper Cherokee 6s, which can take 5 passengers, and 5 Piper Navajo Chieftains, which have 2 engines and can carry 8 passengers. Currently, Star Marianas is the sole passenger provider between the islands of Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. Late this afternoon, acting board chair of CPA Antonio Cabrera said they anticipate having a special board meeting next week where they will discuss this issue. He also said the CPA door is open, and if Star is having trouble paying or has issues, the board looks forward to sitting down with them and working them out. The fee dispute has been ongoing for over a decade. Star also suspended service in December of 2021 in a dispute over fees. What was the mood from people on Tinian when this happened?
It's panic. It's panic.
Yogi Singh was on Tinian on Wednesday for a one-day work trip. At lunch, he got word that all flights back to Saipan were canceled.
First, they said it was weather-related, and then I checked the website, and then later on, they mentioned it was COVID-related. And then the weather kind of clears out around 3 o'clock, so I called them. They said, no, still suspended. Well, one, I'm there for the day trip, so I don't have any change of clothes or anything that I need, not even a charger.
Singh got himself a hotel room. A member of the military loaned him a charger, and he stayed on Tinian for the night before heading back to the airport for some answers.
We got to the airport, and we found the guy who runs the show over there, Joe Cruz. And we were told there was no plans for any rescue for us, any people from Saipan or who are stuck in Tinian to get back to Saipan or vice versa. But there was a plan for people from Rota to Saipan, Saipan to Rota.
Singh started looking for a boat. In the meantime, he says he was able to get on a rescue flight with 2 other passengers and got back to Saipan. But as of this afternoon, flight service between the islands still suspended. Did they ever give you any reason about what was happening?
No, not at all. And even after, from the airport, when we went back to our work site, I gave a call to Star Marianas asking if there was a plan for us to get rescued. And they said there's no plan in place for Tinian and Saipan.
How does it make you feel to know that this is more of a tax-related issue than weather or COVID?
It's actually it's crappy. You know, it's what the bottom line is. The argument about the tax argument and everything else, people are suffering.
We will have more on this story as it develops.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
At one of Saipan's beaches, this mother lays about 100 eggs under the cover of darkness. She hides her nest as best she can and then slowly makes her way back to the ocean. The eggs hatch and the babies head for the sea, where they will face a daily dose of danger. Just 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood. Those that do will one day lay their own eggs. Sea turtles are protected under CNMI law. If you see one that is stranded or if you see illegal activity, call the hotline at 287-8537.
The king is back like prodigal. I gave him time, it's been too long. Politic, if I want it, I'ma get mine. Never fake the funk, can't perform for your empire. Snatch him out the throne, make them all fall in line. I let the clock tick, count down, cause I'm on the headline, the deadline. I'm ahead time, the rare kind. I'm a living legend, lethal weapon, mastermind. Big time.
Premium office space is available now at the Hermosa Vista Business Park on Capitol Hill. Features include dedicated parking, fast internet, backup power, good water, and natural light throughout to go along with the very best views on Saipan. So don't settle for space when you can get peace and peace of mind. Call Hermosa Vista today at 670-483-4750 or email hvsaipan@gmail.com. Since President Biden's announcement on Monday that he would no longer be running for president in the upcoming election, the Democratic Party has begun to put their support behind Vice President Kamala Harris. Independent Joe Manchin from West Virginia took some cautious exploratory steps after Biden's withdrawal, but he has now said he won't be a candidate for president. But he has called for a mini primary. The Democratic Convention is scheduled to begin on August the 19th in Chicago, but the Democratic candidate may be decided much earlier. Local attorney Mike White is a longtime Democrat who will be one of the delegates from the NMI, and he explains.
Several states, the most prominent of which was Ohio, have deadlines by which a political party has to certify its candidates. The Democratic National Convention was after Ohio's deadline. In the past, state parties, including Ohio, have always accommodated both political parties if their conventions ran after the certification deadlines. This year, the Ohio legislature refused to pass the legislation which would have enabled that to happen this year. For that reason, the Democratic National Committee decided that it was going to hold a virtual vote to certify Joe Biden as the presidential candidate prior to Ohio's deadline. Subsequently, Ohio passed a measure that would have extended the deadline, but that measure doesn't take effect until one day before the new deadline expires.
White says that the Democrats were and or are fearful that the Ohio legislature could make further changes that could possibly leave the Democratic Party without a candidate on the ballot in Ohio, an important swing state.
For that reason, it was decided to hold a virtual convention to nominate Joe Biden and now probably to nominate Kamala Harris prior to the Ohio deadline.
So do you think that that is going to, at least as of today, is that going to continue where you have the decision made before the actual convention?
In all probability, yes. The Democratic National Committee has tentatively scheduled a virtual vote sometime between August 1st and August 7th.
A new program will allow those on probation to use owed community service hours to learn some skills.
We've been working on this since 2021.
Probation officer Weena Gwendolyn Iguel helped put the program together. She hopes that some practical programs will help in the rehabilitation process of getting those who come from incarceration out into the workforce.
We deal with high-risk and misdemeanor cases, as well as domestic violence and SO.
Tim Cruz works with adult probation. He says it's been a 3-year process involving DOC, probation, and NMTI.
It was a long time coming for this MOU to be signed. Finally, it's done. And we hope to see more great results and more MOUs being established with the Office of Adult Probation, or mainly with the CNMI Judicial Branch.
Benjamin Babauta is the marketing and outreach coordinator for MTech.
Most of our classes are, for the construction side, they run about 4 to 6 months. And our longest is welding, that runs 9 months. And then for culinary is about a year. And then for automotive is about 2 years for all 4 subjects.
He says they also offer cosmetology as well as baking and pastry.
What this does is it creates a program for them to perform community service basically while taking classes. So rather than perform your hours with the agencies that we have also MOUs with, they can take classes in lieu of community work service.
Jobs are one of the important steps that can help somebody stay productive and out of trouble.
So this is an opportunity for them to gain skills where they can use it to better themselves, to better their lives, and gain employment that way. With that certificate, they have more chance in getting jobs.
With the trades, you can just jump straight into the specific trade that you want to learn. For example, construction, they have core. So you start out with the basic, this is core, but everything is specific for construction.
Traditional college and education is good too, but for many, the trades can deliver skills that can be put to use right away.
This is faster and also practical. We need practical here on Island.
Fast, fun, and easy. That's how your home Wi-Fi should be. So start with an internet plan that fits your budget. Introducing your home Wi-Fi starter pack, also known as WISP. Enjoy up to 25 megabits per second for as low as $35 a month. Plus, a free router with your wireless subscription. That's hours of movies, games, social media, and more endless fun. Get your Wi-Fi starter pack today only at Docomo Pacific. Better together. Additional conditions may apply.
Motivation isn't always easy to come by. Thankfully, there's one place that continues to ignite my willpower. This one place provides me with the knowledge and support I need to grow, so I can continue to become a better version of myself. This is where I discovered my passion, where I achieved successes that made me proud. It's home to where I improved my performance, seeing the opportunity in every challenge. And when doubt creeps inside and I think about giving up, I remember the heroes who've also called this place home. And just like them, I know that every last rep is always a beginning. No matter how hard it gets, nothing can stop me. I will always come back stronger because I'm part of a legacy.
Buenas sports fans.
NMI versus Mongolia last night at the Koblerville pitch. Started the three-nation soccer tournament that features Mongolia, Guam, and the NMI. Last night was the opening match of this double round-robin tournament. Started at 6 p.m. Ladies action. NMI in blue with white numbers, and Mongolia in white with red stripes. Mongolian girls got some mass to them. All the teams staying at the Crown Plaza during the tournament, even our women. Each team will play each other twice for a total of 4 games. Soccer has some unique terms. First of all, in much of the world, it's called football, or football in Spanish-speaking countries, and futebol in Portuguese-speaking countries. Italians call it calcio. Cleats are called boots. The field is called the pitch. Park the bus. That means you're going to keep everyone back and concentrate on defense. Nutmeg is when you pass the ball between your opponent's legs and pick it up on the other side. It's kind of fun to do this to an opposing player. Kind of bad sportsmanship when it happens to you. Nil means 0, as in no score. I guess all games start 0-0. Nil can be found in the word annihilate, sometime in the mid-century. We don't have the exact date in our news files. Nihil became nil, and now it's used in sports that don't use a bat or racket to mean 0. Don't say it in baseball or tennis, though. Mongolia, aggressive play last night, but our girls would battle, our women rather. All tied at halftime, 0-0, 0-0, even Steven, no score. And then, in the 66th minute, Jana Casarino says, how about we put a score on the board?
By Northern Mariana Islands by player number 8, Jana Casarino.
You can only get one at a time in soccer or football or futebol. NMI goes up 1-0. Still a lot of game left. NMI makes 4 substitutions in the 67th minute. Gets some fresh legs in there. NMI is going to hold on for the win. 1-0 is going to be the final score. NMI women take game 1 of the Three Nations tournament. Tonight it'll be Guam versus Mongolia. Game 2 starts at 6 p.m. Our girls will be back in action tomorrow night, that's Thursday, at 6 p.m. against Guam. Hey, golfers, come north and practice your game at the Marianas Driving Range. New Year's local specials. 10-piece coupon books available for just $60. That's a $10 savings. Want to get really good? Come work on your swing every day for just $99 per month. It's our practice pass and you're going to love it. Grab your passes and go straight to the range. You can social distance and chip all at the same time, and the views are free. Reserve now at marianastrekking.com. You can pay online, open 7 days a week. This is your midweek weather report. Mostly cloudy, isolated showers becoming scattered after midnight. Isolated thunderstorms through the night. East winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Lows around 79. Chance of showers 20%. Thursday and Thursday night, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. East to southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Highs around 88. Lows around 79. Chance of showers 40%. Into Friday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms. Southeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. Highs around 87, lows around 79. Chance of showers 40%. Sunset tonight at 6:50 p.m. Those days are getting just a little bit shorter. Sunrise tomorrow is at 5:58.